Hey Nisha, hey Smiley. Thank you guys for supporting the stream. I wanted to let you guys know that it's donations only tonight in case you didn't see it. But I appreciate you guys being here and supporting the channel. Hey Smiley, thanks for the donation. I'm gonna add you to the list, and we're not doing skips tonight. I don't know if you guys know about that, but we're just gonna go in order this evening. Thank you, Nisha. It's nice seeing you. Really quickly, I want to give Cherry the opportunity to join in on the live stream because she's a pre-order. I'll give her a minute or two to join, and then we'll get started with Smiley. Hey, Ashley, happy birthday. Smiley, I'm not sure if Cherry's going to get here in time, so I might just go ahead and get started on yours. So if you want to go ahead and get your question prepped, that works for me too. A member saying, Nisha, for YouTube, I don't. My plan is to, over on TikTok, so long as there's not a ban, to have subs over there, like a membership. But I don't have that. I did have Patreon for a while. But unfortunately it didn't get as big as I would have liked. So I just have basically been experimenting with what my audience wants from me. But if there's a members only situation with YouTube, I don't have access to that yet, if that's a thing. But I was doing Patreon. That's really nice of you to ask. I definitely would love to like work in that direction. I just found with my clients specifically, it wasn't in demand. So I just hadn't really dug into that just yet. But yeah, thank you for asking. I would love to do something like that. Ultimately, my goal is to move over to private readings on a more abundant schedule. I think I love doing live streams and I would still do them, but I think my ultimate goal as a reader is just heading in a different direction. And I think I want to move more into private readings. But that'll be a while from now. Okay. Let's see. Yes, you should do it so that way you know who your real supporters are. Yeah, absolutely. I was like advertising it. It's funny because my audience, they don't even do the free things that I offer. So it's really hard to get anybody off of YouTube. Like if that's where they found you, and I'm sure Nisha, you're different because you're asking, but a lot of like who follow me, they won't even do the free things. Like they won't even follow me on other platforms. I offered a Telegram option, and that's free. And it's like really hard. If they find you on YouTube, it's hard to get them off of it. So when I did the Patreon, it didn't go very well. I have since then grown my channel quite a bit. So I think that it's definitely possible to come back around to that if I wanted to. But I do have a lot of plans for the business. I definitely agree what you mean. I think the subs only works really well over on TikTok because only subs can comment and get free access to readings. But since I do free readings over here and offer giveaways, it's just one of those things where I like I would have to like test it out again at some point and see if it's changed at all. I don't know if I want to do love or financial. I'll get a reading on me and D. Okay, Smiley, you got it. Um, you said private is good. Yes, I do privates quite often, and it's very fulfilling for me because I can focus on one person at a time. And so I would love to head in that direction at some point. Smiley, I'm shuffling for you now. SB, I got your donation. I don't know if you're in here or not. For those of you donating, I'm just sending a little reminder out that we are not doing skips tonight because my live stream is only going to be going for an hour. So we'll have to wait our turns tonight because it's a limited live stream. So I'm not doing skips. Nisha says, yes, only subs makes people subscribe and be a supporter for sure. I definitely agree. I think my issue was that people were not subscribing to Patreon, so I couldn't even launch a subs only live stream because then it wouldn't make sense. No one would be able to be there. But over on TikTok, and maybe over here, I'm not sure. But over on TikTok, they actually like only they like strategically filter the platform that unless you're a subscriber, you can't even talk. So I don't know about that on YouTube. Have you guys seen anything like that over here? I haven't personally. Keep going, Luna. You reach your goal. You're one of the best. Thank you, Smiley. I appreciate you. Hey, Rising. Everything's going well. I went ahead and added you guys to the list. I am shuffling right now for Smiley. Cherry is at the top of the list, guys, just because she's a pre-order from the last live stream. So whenever she joins in, I'm just saving her place for her. All right, reading on Smiley and D. Now, Smiley, did you want a reading like a love spread, or did you just want to freestyle whatever comes out kind of thing? Whatever comes out. What do I need to know about this or any update? All right, let's start with an update. Let's do an overall energy. Well, I'm drawn to see actually, guys, I'm drawn to see what D feels about you. So let's start with that, and then we'll do an overall energy update. How is D feeling towards Smiley at this time? Okay. I feel like I'm noticing some type of hardship between you guys. This Nine of Wands here and Nine of Swords. This does have like a silver lining because it does indicate that whatever has been going on that may not be meshing very well, there's hope here from D on his part that things are coming to an end. So like you guys, he's like thinking in his head, there's hope, there's light at the end of this tunnel. So I feel like there's some aspect of him that's feeling like there's a challenge. Now you can confirm that with me if you like, but the Nine of Wands and the Nine of Swords feels very guarded. Like he's coming through very guarded. This could also indicate that he thinks about you a lot at night. There could be some like evening time thoughts or fantasies. This could also indicate that if things are not going well between you guys, that this gets to him on his like inner subconscious level, and it makes it very difficult for him to sleep. There could be some feeling of anxiety, maybe even from him. Queen of Swords indicates to me from this reading that I don't even know if I should word it this way because I feel like spirit's kind of blocking me, but do you feel like you're being, maybe this is just his perspective, do you feel like you've pulled back from him? You're on good terms? Mm-mm. Okay, so this is how I'm going to interpret, if you guys are okay. That there's a thaw here between the two of you. So the Nine of Wands talks about inner conflict, anxiety, and then, or so Nine of Swords, and the Nine of Wands talks about an ongoing battle, a struggle or a hardship. So if you guys are on good terms, I'm perceiving that everything leading up to you has been hard for him. That if it's not between you and him specifically, that it's everything leading up to you that's been an ongoing battle or struggle for him. Maybe he has not felt a lot of hope in his love life. Because remember, I was saying in a positive spin, this is like a light at the end of the tunnel. So since I know now that you guys are on good terms, the only other way to interpret this is that you give him hope. That everything leading up to you has been anxiety, nervousness, maybe even like insomnia. I don't take back that he thinks about you at night. I do still feel that's there. But I feel like with the Queen of Swords here, it could indicate maybe some type of breakthrough that he feels now that you're in his life. You said because I've been focusing on working and moving, you did pull back. Okay, okay. But when he's not around me, he doesn't sleep. He only sleeps when he comes over. Okay, that makes a lot of sense actually. Okay, okay. Thank you for filling in those spots because I'm like the theme is still here. I'm just trying to place it and understand it better. So let's see. What else is he feeling towards Smiley? Hey James, I got your donation. I kind of wish I pulled this card before I just started going into the reading because I have judgment here. And if I had seen this, I would say that there's some type of repairment that's going on within your connection. So you could be helping him to heal, or he could be helping you in this way. Judgment talks about us feeling relief and feeling like we can live a new life. And with that, it makes me feel like he is feeling positively about you. A lot of times when judgment comes through, it talks about like, I made a good judgment call, like, I made a good decision here. Judgment also talks about feeling like life is finally getting better and that you have clarity or you have a better understanding about someone. You said, you're on point though. Yeah, I'm like, I'm bringing up details, but I'm like, where do they belong? James, thank you for the donation. Let's see. Can I have an update, please? What's going on within their energy? Can I have an update? So Smiley, you're moving, but it's in the same area. You're just moving plate like from one location to the next, but it's not far away, right? And I have the urge to ask how long indeed you guys have been involved with each other. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, I don't think you're moving far. Um, because I see here with the Queen of Pentacles, like planting down roots. Like, so whether you foresee yourself in this county for the rest of your life or not, I just felt like you were staying local. But as far as like U and D goes, it makes me wonder. Oh my god, I like literally lost my train of thought. Literally lost my train of thought. Okay, we're gonna go somewhere else. I am feeling, Smiley, that there is this big moment coming up for you guys. I have the Queen of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups. And usually when I see a Queen of Pentacles, it means that someone's ready to enter a relationship, like a true commitment. So, are you guys established in a defined relationship right now? Are you committed to each other? Or are you still in the like seeing each other dating phase? Because this indicates like you guys reaching a new level in your relationship. So I'm trying to understand, is that commitment, or could that possibly be maybe more emotional vulnerability and getting closer to each other? But regardless, I'm seeing like a big moment happening in your relationship. I love that. Okay. So you're probably going to get the girlfriend title soon. I'm just going to throw that. If that's what you want, that's what you're going to get. Um I feel like there is a desire here to take you off the market. Like, I for lack of better words, like I feel like he's looking at you as girlfriend, partner, wife, ideal woman kind of vibes. So I feel like he's getting to the point where he's like, okay, I should lock it down. So yeah, it is a commitment. And I feel like it's going to get a title. That's what I'm getting as far as an energy update. Is that what you want? Yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah, I feel like there's like this desire to get more serious with it. So I think that even though you guys are committed, to a certain extent, it's like you guys are going to get the title soon. Let me pull one more card to end your reading and figure out if I can get timing on this. I don't know. I didn't know what to expect, but I don't mind. I didn't come in looking for a relationship. Okay. Can we get a timing? When should she expect this? Ace of Cups means very soon. So I'm going to say my immediate thought with the Seven of Wands, because Wands indicates days or weeks. So I'm gonna say between now and hold on. Where are we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I would say within the next like 2 months. So where does that put us? June, between now and June. But I think it could happen as soon as a week from now. So it's a range, but I think that we're nearing that like any day now. Do I see pregnancy? I did not see pregnancy, but I will say, Smiley, that the Queen of Pentacles card can indicate motherhood. So I'm just throwing that out there. It doesn't necessarily mean the energy isn't in your reading. It's just not how I interpreted it, because it had the Ace of Cups coming through at the same time. But a lot of times, when you see Queen of Pentacles and Ace of Cups, that is a way that you could interpret pregnancy. Because Ace of Cups is like new love, right? And getting pregnant would be like bringing new love into the world. And then Queen of Pentacles is like the mother card, mother, wife, girlfriend, that kind of thing. So I mean, you never know. It's in your reading. I didn't necessarily feel compelled to mention it. Okay. You're welcome. Absolutely. If Cherry comes in, Cherry, I don't know if you're in here now, but please, please, please check in with me. Thank you, Smiley. James, that sounds good. All right, SB, we're going to get started with you now. Love spread for Isaac and SB. Hey, Philomena, how are you? Love spread for Isaac and SB. Philomena, I got your donation. You will be after James, okay? Thank you, Philomena. Isaac and SB. Oh my god, where did this person come from, SB? Because this is looking good. This is looking real good. I'm getting that you guys are well suited for each other. I have to ask though, SB, does he like what is his position on you being a mom and like him potentially entering a relationship with you as a mom? I just feel like I need to ask that question because I wonder if that could be a challenge or he's amazing. Okay, good. So what is this? What is this? Did he I don't know how far you guys have gotten. Has he talked to you about whether or not he wants kids? He doesn't mind. Okay, that's good. What is this? Because I've got the 5 of Cups, the 9 of Swords, and the Queen of Pentacles clarifying one another. And so there's like indicates you being a mom. Oh, maybe he has anxiety. Maybe he has anxiety about like not necessarily like anything against, entering a relationship with you, having a child, but maybe there's like mixed feelings about him potentially becoming like a father figure or something, because like you don't think about these things You okay, okay, that makes sense. Because you don't really think about these things in the beginning. Because 'cause you're like, "Oh, it's new," and, like, I don't wanna think that far ahead because chances are, like, or not chances are, but you just never know where things are gonna end up, and I don't wanna stress myself out about that now, I just wanna enjoy my time with her. But at the same time, like, you do have to take that into consideration, so there's, like, questions maybe that he might have of, like, if you guys got really serious and introductions were made, how would that go? Um, that kind of vibe. Like that's like maybe what I'm picking up on. I'm just trying to understand this energy here. You said you're out of distance. Okay. You're out of distance. Dang, SB. Why can't we just get them all? Why can't you just get all the attributes you want? Hmm. Okay, so I just want to kind of jump out on like what I'm seeing at a glance because like I love this reading. I think you guys are very well suited for one another. I'm a little bit concerned about will this relationship work with getting a no. Um, it doesn't mean you guys aren't good for each other. It doesn't mean you guys aren't an amazing match and really just everything to one another. I think potentially the distance might be something that could affect the relationship. Now keep in mind tarot readings are report cards, okay? They're checking in on where you guys are at right now, your progress at this time. It does not mean that that can't change and it doesn't mean that this answer will change if you guys can find a way to spend more time together or be in closer proximity. Um, you said, I feel like he's really special. That's so sweet. Okay, well, we're going to go into like the good, really good parts of the relationship because I am encouraged to tell you don't give up on this person. I know, right? He's like, I don't care that we're far. Oh, love that. Um, so your relationship, in order for it to thrive, it definitely needs to be where you guys are eventually living together. I think that's very important. And of course, if it's new, it's like you don't want to talk about those things, but those are things that, like, if he's looking for a serious relationship and so are you, it's like we do have to talk about those things. We can't really like ignore them. Now, SB, luckily for you, I feel like you are such a nomadic soul that I think living somewhere, moving somewhere else, especially to be closer to the love of your life, really isn't a problem for you. So I wouldn't stress about this too much. I'm just bringing it up because it's here. But again, tarot readings are report cards. It's just showing us where we're at right now. It's not saying it's impossible, okay? So don't like stress too much about that. I just felt like there was something here that might be an obstacle for you guys and that the distance probably is what it is. So we have the Empress and the Emperor. And you know how I feel when I get that in a reading together. To me, that means you've met your match. That means you've met your husband, your potential future husband. It means that you are the ideal woman for him. He's the ideal man for you. It means synergy. Okay. You said, right, we're both looking for something serious and he's expressive, which is awesome. So hopefully we have that too eventually. Yes. So there's a lot of fusion, chemistry, alchemy, synergy, all the G's and E's and energy and all that stuff. And there's a lot of like good guts here. Okay. It's like really, really, really great. So that's why I don't want you to focus too much on the card I pulled for the outcome. Okay. So let's start off. Well, I kind of already dug into it, but let's go card by card. So, how they feel about you, we have the Knight of Wands. I feel like he's very passionate towards you and you make him impulsive. Like, I can see you guys having a conversation, whether it be fun and flirty and lighthearted, or maybe even steamy and kind of sexy. And you make him want to literally drop everything he's doing and come to be with you. Okay. So, Knight of Wands means I feel so fired up about her that I literally will do anything spontaneously in order to see her. Like, I'm willing to just let it like drop everything and just run and be with her. So that's like a very fun feeling to especially know that someone feels for you, just because who wouldn't want someone to just drop everything they're doing just to be with you? So I think that's really sweet. Now, their true intentions is the Fool. So he's coming into this with an open mind, an open heart. He's like, whatever happens is whatever happens. The Fool is like the first part of a journey. So I think that he's just here with like an open heart, mind, soul, body, everything, for you. And I think he's excited for this new beginning. I think he's excited. Hey, Amy, thank you for to see where this goes. What you want, we have the Chariot. I think you might be kind of getting with this person is a sense of feeling direction. I know that you've been like not settling, not settling, not settling, not settling. That sounds great, but I want this too. And you're like putting your order out with the universe. And I feel like you're finally getting something back, just a little bit of like, I need that reciprocation. I need someone to be vocal. I need someone to be as into this as I am. And like I said, I feel like you're kind of getting that a little bit with him. He's very curious about USB. You could tell me and confirm, but I feel like there's a lot of conversation going back and forth. He's very invested in what you have to say, and there's maybe even a lot of questions that he asks about you. I feel like he's very eager to know more and kind of like learn who you are, be surprised by the things that you say. We have strengths and weaknesses as the Empress and the Emperor. I can't see that there's necessarily a weakness here. I feel like you guys are an ideal match for one another. The only thing I can think of is with the Emperor being a weakness, it might just be that we're content in our lives outside of each other, and so maybe not wanting to pull your kid from school or like find a new job, or maybe he's like, I really like where I'm living. It might be difficult for you guys to try to figure out who's going to move to be with who, or where we're going to go or what we're going to do. But it's not even a weakness, honestly. It's just, I don't know. It's just like you guys might feel very like settled in your current lifestyle outside of each other. That question might come up at some point. He said he does ask you a lot of things. Good. Energy around the relationship, we have Queen of Wands. Oh my god, I can't believe I didn't even see this. Leo. So energy around the relationship, and as a Queen of Wands and the 8th position card as Strength, this is indicating much attraction, like charisma, and like just being very drawn to one another and just kind of like hanging on every word that each other says. Probably some flirting. You said he's in school for a year longer. Kind of hope he moves here if we make it that far. SB, yeah, see, that's the kind of thing, is that you're kind of like, I can move if necessary, but that's why I feel like you guys are very much like immersed in a sense, or settled into your current lives, that it's like definitely going to be a conversation that you guys will need to have. And of course, SB, it's very early on. You don't want to start like jumping the gun and like making these plans, but at the same time, like if you're going to invest your time and energy into someone, we do kind of have to put that on the table, and just hypothetically speaking, where is your head at if we got to that point? Definitely needs to be discussed, but maybe just give it a little bit of time. That's probably what your intuition is telling you. So yeah, energy around the relationship, just lots of attraction, vibrancy, enthusiasm, energy. I keep getting like all the alchemies and the like all those words of just like feeling, just vibes, guys, just vibes. So yeah, that is what I've got for you. And as far as what's hidden, I feel like you are. I know that you said he's very reciprocative of like what he's thinking. He's very like, how did you word it? You said a specific word. You said, Philomena. You said I don't come live on Sundays. I'm looking at my calendar from here, and I think I've gone live 2 times this month on a Sunday. But Sundays are typically my days off because that was in alignment with my husband's schedule. However, he is now working weekends with his new job. So you probably will see me a lot more than you have in the recent past. But SB, you said he's amazing so far, empathetic. Um, you said, oh, expressive. That's the word that you said. You said he's expressive. And so, what you might not realize, even though he is, oh, Saturday, he might be hiding like how much you're actually making an impact on him, because even though he's expressive, he might be like trying to like dial it down, his excitement, or like be a bit more like reserved, or like, I think he wants you to know that he's engaging with you, but I think that he might be holding back a little bit his excitement. Um so I think you're influencing him or impacting him even more than probably what he's letting on or showing you. Oh, you said Saturday. I'm sorry, Philomena. Yes, I think you're right about that. I've got to take a look at my calendar because I see it on the fridge, but I can see the calendar, but I can't see like what I've written in each date. So I'm sure you're right. I don't know for sure. But as far as weekends go, like I said, you probably will see me more often on the weekends now that my husband is working Saturdays and Sundays. But you probably won't see me on Mondays and Tuesdays as often as you have. Things are kind of switching around there a little bit. And today is his first night on his new shift. So that's why I'm streaming tonight. All right, so SB says, how will he treat me in our connection? All right, so I'm seeing cooperation, collaboration, any plans or decisions you guys make as a team, lots of teamwork. So I feel like it's important for him when he makes a decision about anything in a relationship, he takes you into consideration, and vice versa. He really wants your input. He cares what you have to say. It's important for him to know like where you stand on any given subject. So I don't think he ever makes like big decisions without you. And I think that just kind of evolves as your relationship goes on. I think that will kind of look different depending on whatever stage you're in. I think that he's not going to be like an instigator. I'm getting more like calming vibes. Speaking to you calmly, and let's see. What I mean by that is I don't think he has a temper, or at least that's not what I'm getting. So he's like more on the calm, cool, collected side, which I definitely was picking up in the last reading. He wants balance in the relationship. He wants everything to be fair. And I don't think he has a hot head either. Like that's the thing. I feel like he approaches things with much thoughtfulness. Like he's very generous. Considerate is probably one of the biggest words I would say. If you get married, consideration might be in your vows, because I think that he very much cares like about you, what you think, what you want, what you think of him, how you're feeling. And so very much, you're welcome, Cherry. He very much wanted to make sure that you um that whenever he's like wants to bring up a topic, for example, that might bother you, like it might be something he needs to talk to you about, or maybe something happened and he's like, I need you to know this is what happened at work, da 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 da. Whenever there's like he thinks about it so much, he's such a thinker is what I'm getting, like the way that he approaches you in conversation, anytime he needs to bring up anything that's either good, bad, or in between, he's like, I need to think this through. We really like that in a person, especially someone to consider you and be thoughtful about the things that they do, be very thoughtful with their intention. It means that you'll start to feel safety in this relationship. I think that if you are the person that he chooses, then there's no one else. There's no competition. No one else is even on their radar. You're their priority. I feel like he works really hard in life. I feel like he's going to work really hard in this relationship. Let's see. I think he's really good at hold on a second. I got to think about this. Give me 1 second. Before I pull another card, I think he's really good at shedding like old belief systems and patterns. He might be a little stubborn, but I feel like he's very good at like shedding old like conditioning that conditioning or fault or beliefs that may not resonate with him anymore. He's really good at like letting that stuff go. So he might take a lot of time for himself to think about what you've said. Like if you guys are butting heads, for example, in a relationship, because who doesn't, I think that what you say to him matters. He'll digest that and he'll work on that. It's important for him to understand that he's ever evolving, that he's changing, and that like with that your relationship might change or look differently. He needs to understand like why he is the way he is. And so there's a lot of soul searching that goes on within him as the relationship evolves as well. I think he has some revelations or epiphanies through like introspection. And I think honestly, you're just knocking his world on his axis. I have the Tower here clarified by the Ten of Cups. So I think he just didn't see you coming. And I think that you didn't see him coming really. And I think that in a relationship, like you and your kid and like your relationship as a whole, the way it works dynamically, I feel like is his main focus, and it's very important to him. All right, could he be the one? Let's see. Could he be the one? Cherry, go ahead and post your question. Could he be the one for SB? Could he be the one? Ooh, Ace of Cups. I'm going to actually get the pendulum for you as well on this question, just to confirm. Could he be the one? Ace of Cups is a yes. Six of Cups is a yes. Or sorry, Six of Wands is a yes. So what they're telling me is that it's not written in stone. Okay. They're saying it's not written in stone. You can change your mind. Like if someone comes back in the picture, you can, don't feel like this person is necessarily your destiny. But I feel really good about this connection. I feel like yes, I feel like this could be your partner. The one you're looking for. If that's what you're asking, is this the one I've been looking for? Is this the thing that I've been praying about or wishing about? Is this the one that I've been wanting and hoping for? I'm getting a yes on that. But again, for whatever reason, they keep saying, tell her it's not set in stone, tell her it's not set in stone. And I don't necessarily mean that that's because the relationship's not going to work. It just means that what if someone from your past comes back in before you can really establish a relationship with this person? You might get confused, or you might say, hey, I want to explore this further with this other person. Like it's based off the decisions that you make. Do you get what I mean? But I feel like Is he the one that has a lot of the qualities you've been looking for? Is he the one that you've been hoping for or manifesting? I am getting a yes on that. And let me confirm that here with the pendulum. I'm getting an immediate yes with the pendulum as well. SB, do you have any questions about that? You did tell him feeling safe feeling safe is important to you. Yes, that's like one of the biggest things. I remember saying to my husband, I was like, well, when we were just started dating, I was like, can I trust you with my heart? Because there's been so many people that I have been with in the past where I could not trust them with my heart. And I need to ask you outright. Actually, that's a tip for you ladies out there, actually. If you start talking to a guy, you guys aren't established, you're seeing each other, whatever, but there's no title. Ask that man, can I trust you with my heart? Because he will tell you. He will tell you yes or he will tell you no. Or the look on his face and his hesitation in his answer will tell you everything you need to know. That is my little tip to you. Because a genuine soul that's actually interested in your best interest will say, yes, you can absolutely trust me. Someone who's here for games, someone who's not here to commit, someone who's here just for one thing is going to have a trouble being honest with you because it's such like a unexpected question to ask someone. They're not gonna be prepared for an answer, so they're gonna just tell you right away. Now, this doesn't necessarily include narcissists, so you're gonna have to pay attention to other red flags. But asking a man who you're interested in, can I trust you with my heart? Especially if you guys have been talking and dating for a little while. So like if you guys are entering in that phase of like a relationship or a potential relationship, so you guys are in that kind of like in between, will we commit, will we not commit, but you guys have gotten to know each other enough to ask this question, I think it's absolutely something you should ask someone. And even on a level of just, can you be trusted with someone's heart? That's even a better question. Maybe, can you be trusted with someone's heart? That's a good question to ask. You can ask that at any point. SB says, I cut those from my past. Officially was so hard, but I don't know if you remember, I felt like I was going through a dark night of the soul. I just had to be done with those people. 2 of them hurt me really bad. Good, SB. They did some things recently and I had to learn from that experience. Wow, great question. Wow, great question asking that tonight. Yes, absolutely. Can you be trusted with someone's heart? And if you feel comfortable enough, can I trust you with mine? SP, thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed your readings with me. Oh, did you just donate again? This is for Cherry. I have a crush, but he doesn't know it yet. I want to know, how does he feel? All right, how does this crush feel for Cherry? How does this crush feel for Cherry? Okay, so I am getting 8 of Pentacles. I don't know if that's a theme for you. You can confirm or not. But typically when I see 8 of Pentacles, it talks about being like a coworker, or someone with where you're in close proximity or at the same place multiple times a week. So school, or maybe even like a yoga class or a gym, or I don't know, but basically you see this person or know that you guys are in the same location multiple times a week. So you can confirm that with me if you want, Cherry. I will say this person has definitely noticed you. They may even have a little crush themselves. The Sun and the Ace of Cups. I do feel like this person's here for a good time. Maybe not typically relationship material. I do think you can change his mind on that, but that's something that he would have to come to an understanding if that's what he wants on his own. This wouldn't be something that you convince him of, but I think that maybe his attraction for you, feelings for you, things like that, potentially feeling territorial, not wanting you to be with someone else, could get him to like evolve and change and want a relationship. Thank you, SB. Thank you. Oh, okay. So you did. So you did. Was it? You said it was work, but not anymore. So that's good because the Eight of Pentacles and the Hanged Man is here. So I feel, Cherry, I don't know what you want from this person, but I feel like this person is very much attracted to you. I also feel like this person gets attention from a lot of other people. And so, in order for you to get a commitment with this person, if a relationship is what you're looking for and potentially wanting that relationship with him, it's something to be aware of. This is not his natural desire. It's not something he naturally wants to do, be in a relationship. So, either he's been in a ton of them in his life and he's here looking for, like you said, he does like have a lot of women after him. So either he's been in a lot of relationships in the past and right now he's looking for something different, or maybe it's just never been his thing. I'm not sure, but it feels like to me he's in this stage of his life where he's looking for some type of independence and figuring himself out. So that could be a reason that he might potentially hold back from a relationship. But I do feel like you can influence this with him. But again, if you're looking for a relationship and he knows that, he might not want to entertain anything with you because he's not going to want to lead you on or let you down. But there is an attraction here. There is an attraction. And I do think he has it in him to be a boyfriend or maybe even a fiance or a husband. He definitely has that potential in him. It's just maybe not what he's looking for right now. But there is feelings there for you. There is attraction there for you. And yeah, that's what I'm getting. You said yes, but it's something about him. Is it like his charisma? We have Leo energy with the Queen of Wands. A lot of times Leos attract a lot. Oh, and the sun is also here, so more Leo energy. This energy that Leos can possess definitely it's like this charisma. I feel like it's almost like a lighthouse for people in the dark and they're looking for, I don't know, it's just for whatever reason their aura or something is just very illuminated. It's something that people are very aware of. They just give off this energy of like je ne sais quoi, you know what I mean? That's just the vibe. It's like it's something that they can't really explain, but they've got it, you know? It's just whether they've got it or they don't, and the Leos have it. You said I'm not looking for a relationship right now, but in the near future I am. That makes sense. I mean, I totally get that for sure. I feel like if that's the direction you're heading though, and you guys do vocalize your feelings for one another, that is something he would need to know in advance, that you're not looking for a relationship right now, but eventually that is something that you would want. Because I just want to make sure that you guys are both upfront with each other, because like I said, he's very much in an independent energy at this time. Again, this isn't a relationship, isn't something you'd be able to convince him of. It would have to be persuaded by his feelings for you that changes his mind. Rising Storm, are you here? I know a Leo, but we're talking about this crush. That's funny. Yeah, I do, Cherry. And when I say Leo energy, I just mean this person could have the charisma of a Leo. When I call out zodiac signs, I don't ever expect anybody to take it literally. I just mean that even though you might be a Pisces, you can have Leo traits, you know, because your chart is influenced by multiple different zodiac signs. So maybe he has heavy Leo in his chart and isn't a Leo himself, but maybe he has that, or maybe he has other strong fire signs in his chart, that kind of thing. I'm going to go ahead and put a last call on the screen, guys. So last call for donations as I work through these. But Cherry, yes, I do feel like your feelings will be acknowledged and reciprocated by this person. But I do feel like if they know that a relationship is what you're looking for, they might pump the brakes on this just because they don't want to lead anyone on. I feel like they're in this place of wanting to figure themselves out, which isn't a bad thing, but I don't think that he's looking for a relationship now or even in the near future. So if that's what you're looking for, I think you would have to make that decision if it's something that you want to like pursue. Do you know what I'm saying? All right, this is for Rising Storm. Rising Storm, let's see. Rising, for the first question, are you asking between him and his ex? Because you typed him and his him. So I just want to make sure you're talking about the ex. I'm sure that's what you're asking me. You're welcome, Cherry. I'm wondering, Stacy came in here for a reading on Friday, and I'm really looking forward to an update from her. I wonder if she's going to come back in at any point. All right. Rising. Thank you. So something happened that he celebrated. I see him being extremely happy on Saturday. I see him really feeling like he fell into alignment on Saturday. Like he's just like, yes, like a win for me. That's kind of what I'm hearing. I do see with the Ace of Pentacles here. Hey, Amy. I see with the Ace of Pentacles here and him feeling like he won, like something happened. It could be that maybe she tried to influence him with money again and he declined it and he was like, hell yeah, like that was right for me, even though she usually puts that over my head, like I stood up for myself this time kind of thing, and I declined that shit. Or he could be in this place of he paid her back, you know what I mean, and was like, get the hell out. I don't know, but regardless, I feel like he stood up for himself in some way, even if it wasn't monetarily. He said, I won. I feel like he's celebrating something, like I don't know, he feels like he's in alignment on Saturday. What happened? So we have the Nine of Swords and the Ten of Swords. He took another step towards ending this. I don't want to go into too many specifics with names, but he took the next step in finishing this with her. He like tied up some loose ends. He's like one step closer to where he wants to be. We have the Judgment card. Wait. So we have Judgment. So this talks about how he is learning life lessons. Maybe there was a unwillingness to learn these lessons in the past, but I do feel like he is becoming more self-aware now. What specifically happened on Saturday? I feel like this is what I'm getting, Rising. I feel like he either declined, he didn't entertain the things that he normally does that allows her to feel she has power over him, and he stood up for himself, or money is a part of the problem, and he said, here's your fucking money, take it back, like get out of my house kind of thing. So I I kind of feel like he kind of might have said to her, "I'll figure another way out. Like, I don't need this from you. I'll figure another way out." So he either got the funds together to pay her back and said, like, we're finished here, or she did give him money to help him with a situation, and he hadn't used it yet, and then he just decided, you know what, fuck this, I'm not even going to take this, and he gives it back to her. The money that she gave to him, he gives it back to her and is like, no, like, I don't want this hanging over my head anymore. But there is a win for him on Saturday. I'm trying to get specific details, but like, that's the most I feel like I can pull for this. But I do have the Six of Wands. This is him feeling celebrated. He's like, and I think also too, however she was, quote unquote, and I'm saying helped in quotes because I don't necessarily think this was a mutually beneficial situation in the long run. I think this was more like a power trip. I think that he never really felt right accepting help, or allowing this to continue, whatever this is. He never really felt right about it. And I think now he finally feels like, hell yeah, like, I did what I know my inner conscious, my subconscious was telling me to do. I didn't get weak. I didn't succumb to this. I didn't allow any weakness show. I really just like, I really feel good about this decision, kind of thing. And so I think that could be too, standing up to her, telling her to leave. And he's one step closer. Do I know for a fact if this was the last, what am I trying to say? If this was the last step that he needed to take, I don't know. It could be, but I feel like he's definitely making promising steps towards her relinquishing her power over him. And I do feel like this was met with resistance with the Five of Wands. I don't feel like this was something that she welcomed. I don't think she was very happy about this, but and she might be trying to brainstorm another way back in, but I do feel like it's good for him. We need to give him a pat on the back. Let's see. How is he feeling since she left? Okay. How is he feeling since she left? Yeah, he nipped it in the butt. That's what it feels like to me. Amy, I got your other donation as well. Guys, I'm going to go ahead and close the list now. Thank you. All right, let's put this back on the screen. How is he feeling since he's celebrating himself rising? Like, he's definitely do you know, it's like I'm getting a metaphor. Do you know when someone is being celebrated and all the people in the crowd will like lift him up onto their shoulders, or at like a bar mitzvah when they have someone, or like even like a wedding, they pick up people's chairs that they're sitting in and like, you know what I mean, like basically put them in the air and like support them and say like, we're celebrating you, we're happy for you. Like, I just feel him like in the air, and I feel like this metaphor of like he's celebrating himself. Like, there's a bunch of hymns in a crowd and he's lifting himself up in the air. Like, I just feel like he feels, oh, this was right, this was good, he's just feeling very aligned. And I think even possibly he's telling other people about this, and he is getting celebrated by the people in his life. Or like, wow, that was good, that was a really good move that you made. We do have here Knight of Wands, so like making hasty decisions. I feel like if things were officially set in motion, like everything was done with that whole situation and everything was free and clear, I do feel like you would hear from him in the near future. That's why I'm not quite sure, but we're on the right track. We're on the right track here. But he's desiring to feel like very spontaneous with you. The Knight of Wands here is talking about how I kind of had mentioned it in SB's reading, where it's kind of like he's sometimes gets very consumed with the thought of you that it makes him feel really impulsive, and he just wants to like be with you, drop everything to like go talk to you. Like I hear him saying in his head, should I be reckless? Like, should I be reckless? And by reckless, I don't mean like he's coming to fuck up your life. I just mean like he's saying, do I go do something daring? And I feel this is so weird because I don't normally get like a lot of health stuff going on. If it comes through, I say it, but I'm not a health reader. But I'm feeling like a surge of testosterone for him, where he's like, fuck yeah, like I can do this. Like, I don't know, he's just really he's just very excited about like I don't know. I think he's just didn't realize like how much she suppressed him and weighed him down. And it's just making him feel like, yeah, I got the upper hand. And like the thing is that she goes low and he goes high. But sometimes when you got to defeat someone else, I don't condone this behavior, but I think there's a mentality that sometimes in order to beat someone, you have to stoop to their level. That's typically what like people think and how they think. I don't agree with it. I don't think it's how you should be, and I also don't feel like he agrees with that 100%. But I do feel like he like put her in her place by playing the same game. Do you get what I mean? Like I think he was like, you can take this and then you can get the fuck out. So I feel like there's just him saying like, I won, I finally won. Like it may be one step in 100, but I finally did something for myself, and he feels really good about it, and he feels really good about you. And I also feel like with the Five of Swords here, it indicates that he's like saying in his head, I'm doing this for me, but I'm also doing this for the possibility of you and me communicating. Do you know what I mean? Like I feel like this was definitely a win for himself, but I feel like he's saying like I'm also doing this for you, because he knows that there's no way to get to know you unless and until he squashes this situation. So he does feel like he's overcoming challenges. I am getting with the Nine of Wands, thinking about you at night, or having like insomnia. Let's see, how is he feeling about her? How's he feeling about her? Wow, this is crazy. I have the Tower here. How's he feeling about her? Why is the Tower here? Why is the Tower here? Why is the Tower here? Okay, so he's saying that even though it's uncomfortable, I am choosing to welcome change. He's saying that this is out of his comfort zone. He's really going off and doing things and standing up for himself, and it's just not typical behavior for him. And again, I know that you're wanting like a reading specifically on like how he feels for you, but the themes that are coming through are more so maybe what I think you need to hear. And I think that's him saying like, I'm not resisting change anymore. I'm not trying to stay in my little comfort bubble and like just keep doing what I've been doing, even though it's not working for me anymore. I'm willing to open my eyes and have these revelations and say, okay, something has to change, something's got to give. We know, you and me rising, this has been a long time coming. And I think he's finally getting to that point, that we know that he has the potential to be at. And when you first started getting readings from me, I felt this potential in him, but I wasn't seeing it. He kept falling back for the same tricks and all that stuff. Like he kept falling back into that trap. And I do feel like now he's like seeing it from the outside and going, like, finally, I also don't feel there's any attraction for this person anymore. I think that's what happened is that finally he grew, and suddenly he came out of the fog and he could see everything clearly, and he's like, what am I doing? And I feel like that's important for you to know, because this is talking about a lot of growth here in this relationship. So just to finish out your reading, since I know you want feelings for him to you, I'm just going to go ahead and pull a couple message cards. That way we can get real specific with his feelings. So give me 1 second here. And then next up on our list is James. James, I believe, left his question with me. So we're going to go ahead and get started on him in just a second. Let's see. I'm just going to pull some messages from him for you, Rising, okay? Yeah, I know. It's really good. All right, messages from him, please, for Rising. Messages from him. So he is questioning his worthiness, Rising, for you. So there is that, like, this is the part that I love, Rising, is that he's doing this for him. And even though you might be a side effect, or like a result of this, doing this for himself, he needed to do it for him first, and then maybe for the potential to find another relationship. But that's the part that I love about this, is that now that he's doing it for himself, it doesn't really matter what your feelings are, because he's not still 100% sure what's going on in your head. He has a pretty good idea, but he's saying it doesn't matter, because if Rising doesn't accept me and we can't even build a friendship off of this, let alone a relationship, that's fine, because I did this for me. How I would love for it to turn out is that we can get to know each other, but if she's not open to that, that's okay. I did this for me. And for you, Rising, that's such a big thing. It's so powerful, because you need to know that he wasn't doing it for anyone else but himself. Because what does that mean? That means he's not going to go back to his old ways. That means that he's thoroughly gotten this person out of his system. So he says, destiny, maybe he feels like it's your guys' destiny to fulfill some type of connection with one another. Let's see. I wasn't happy with the way things were going, so I made a change. He's still saying, I feel so connected to you, or I still feel so connected to you. Give me a little more time. I know that's a lot to ask, but I feel like he's saying this third party did some damage on him, Rising. So I think he's going to go to you to get some maybe some insight, some friendly insight, maybe talk to you through these problems. But I feel like he's also saying it's not fair to you to come and just trauma dump on you. So he's saying, like, now that I'm rectifying this other situation, give me just a little time to kind of figure out who I am on my own first. But I still feel like he's going to come to you while he is still on the road to healing, if that makes sense. He's not going to come to you a fully healed person from this. He's saying, I haven't told you everything. What is he doing? He's saying we still have things to resolve and discuss. Okay, so Rising, that is what I've got for you. Amy, that sounds good. Let me update the donation list. You said, thank you, Luna. Totally resonates. I was waiting for this. Yes, totally 100. That's so great. You're welcome, Rising. Thank you so much. All right, so Rising Storm is done. All right, so I went ahead and updated the list just so everyone can see where they're at. We have James, Philomena, Amy, and SB. And then I'm signing off for the night. James, if you're here, feel free to check in with me. I know you left your questions. I'm going to go ahead and send you a message too. Rising Storm, you're welcome. Thank you. Thank you for your support as always. Okay. This is for James. Love option 2. Oh, just so you guys know, my husband's schedule has changed and we're still navigating through like a new weekly schedule, if you will. I know you guys normally see me on weeknights and occasionally on weekends, but I probably will be on more weekends than usual moving forward for now. And I will probably be taking Monday and or Tuesday off. So this week it will probably just be Monday and I'll be on Tuesday is my guess. I'll have to see, play that by ear. So you guys are more likely to see me on weekends now versus Monday through Friday. Sometimes you'll see me on Mondays or Tuesdays, but it might be more rare than weekends. I don't know if that works better for you guys or not, but I figured I would just throw that out there. Okay, so James and Patty, please. James and Patty. One more. Oh, that's so crazy. I wanted a Page of Pentacles clarification and I got a Page of Pentacles. Let's see. Okay, so Page of Pentacles here, as far as like what she's offering this connection, I feel like she's just being completely open to whatever can come from your relationship. She's just open-minded. So James, why this is great is that she's going with the flow. So it's like if this turns into a relationship, she's open. If it doesn't, she's open to that. If it's just, like dating each other, she's open with that. Like, I feel like just basically anything is on the table for her, and I think it's a really big thing because there was a lot of like resistance, I feel, in earlier months of us doing these readings where it just didn't really ever seem like she would get to that point, or like we knew in our heart she would, but she wasn't showing that she was. And I feel like maybe that's the big thing here, is that she's showing that she's open for whatever. You're starting to see that actually manifest, is what I feel like. I just saw your message. Good for you. Good for you. Okay. So things are moving to easier times here. She's saying that I like the direction this is heading. I like that things feel a lot better for us. So the Six of Swords here is like things are getting easier and I'm liking that, and I'm noticing that they're getting easier and I want them to continue to feel more open. Her feelings for you is victory, celebration. She, I think, is starting to feel the results. Is results the right word? She's starting to, it's like the reward. I don't know. She's starting to feel like I let my guard down and I'm seeing good things, and now I'm seeing the reward of that. Like, I feel like maybe she always had this in the back of her mind that if she becomes more open to someone, more vulnerable, lets things just flow and doesn't always try to put a full stop to every single thing she does, she might have felt like she'd just fall flat on her face. But I feel like she's saying, wow, I can actually do this and feel good and like actually feel reward and actually feel like it's for like I'm not falling flat on my face. Like this is there's actually payoff here. So I feel like she's looking at you and like the relationship in a form of celebration and saying it's not a bad thing to be less resistant, to be less rigid. You know, she's becoming like more flexible. And the Six of Wands actually talks about public recognition as well. So I know that we've brought this up a couple of times, but I think that she's starting to like have excitement or feelings of other people knowing that you guys are together. So I think that this is just like she likes the idea of showing one another off. Like you show her off, she shows you off. I think it's like this is heading in a very positive direction. As far as intentions, we have the Wheel of Fortune. So she is feeling really good. She's feeling like this is working, and I took a chance on this, and it seems to be going really well. I feel like something she would say is like, I don't want to jinx it. Because she seems to like always have that underlying pessimistic mindset, even though she's not really pessimistic. She just is cautious. So I feel like she's saying this is going really well, and que sera, sera, whatever will be, will be. I'm going to let divine timing and divine blessings over this connection, and we will see what happens. She's showing the Lovers as far as like the influence over the connection. So she's saying, I feel like we're soulmates. I feel like it's now or never. There's also like romance, desire, and sexual influence over your connection as well. And the overall energy is that she usually felt like she walked through the world alone. And I feel like now she's seeing the importance of having a partner to do life with. So that's really good. Hey, Amy, thank you so much. So let me timestamp that for James really quickly before I get too ahead of myself. Give me a second. I'm just going to put 116, like around 116 is when I started. Okay, so this next one is for James's mini reading. Feelings and intentions. So we did kind of dig into that a little bit. Oh, in the love spread, but let's see if we can get some more insight here. Patty's feelings and intentions towards James in their relationship romantically. So we have the 10 of Pentacles. So James, I feel like she's looking at you in her life as like someone I want there for the long run, the long haul. This is like a enduring or everlasting connection that she always wants to have with you. I see her actually starting to think about the future a little bit. I see her thinking about, you know, if this continues, where could this go? Would we get married? Would we live together? What would like our work life excuse me, what would our work life look like together? I think she's thinking on these things. I'm not saying she's like heavily investing her time and energy into it, but I do feel like those thoughts are starting to circulate in her mind. Also, I think that she's thinking to herself that she wants you here forever, or she like always wants you to be a part of her life, or can't imagine that you're not. And so I think that she's treading very carefully too right now because she doesn't want to do anything to ruin or jeopardize the relationship that you guys have at this time. So she's balancing, um, towing the line, just treading carefully, if you will, about that. But I have the Ten of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups, and if you guys are readers or you know anything about these cards, you'll know that this is a great message as far as feelings and intentions, because this is saying, like, I think she's even she might already be thinking about marriage, to be honest, James. Maybe since you brought it up, it's kind of like a seed that's been planted. Like I said, she's not 100% like it's fantasizing and not picturing herself in a dress or anything, but I do feel like the thought has now been kind of going around in her head a little bit. Let's see, what are her feelings. She always wants to be honest with you, James. She always wants to be honest and fair as much as she possibly can. I have the Justice card here. Something tells me that if you guys get married, she might be more of a get married at the courthouse kind of gal, or a very, very small intimate wedding. I don't know why I'm tapping into this energy, but even though she can pull a lot of focus on her effortlessly, and also maybe like unintentionally, she can pull a lot of focus on her. I don't think she naturally wants a lot of attention on her and focus on her. Do you know what I'm saying? So I feel like it's unintentional and effortless that people would pay attention to her, but I just don't think she seeks it out. So she might be more modest in this area, where it's more like a hand fast. It's the two of you in front of one other person that's marrying you, or just a very, very small intimate affair. I just don't see her wanting this huge thing. But for some reason that's coming through. So I think that it's important that I relay that to you. And it could be just like what she's thinking. I think that also just to her, what matters and what's most important is the marriage, not the wedding. I think what's important is enjoying every single day. A wedding is one day, and marriage is for the rest of your life. So I think there's just like a lot on that she's thinking as well. It could be too because maybe she knows that might be what you want, and so she's trying to understand and process herself like what she's looking for, in hopes that it'll align with what you're looking for. So there's a lot of like thinking about that. I think that could be why I'm not going to say hesitancy, okay? I'm just going to say I don't think she's as ready as fast as you are, because I think that she knows the second she enters this relationship, that's it for life. So I think she's just very careful, and she just like takes her time with making sure that she's not getting ahead of herself. But I do have the moon in reverse, so I feel like she's releasing fear. Her anxiety might be subsiding, meaning that she might be feeling a little bit more safe or comfortable or relaxed in this relationship. And yeah, that's what I've got. So how will things go if you bring Patty to friend's party? How will things go if James brings Patty to friend's party? Philomena, if you would like to post your question, if you haven't done so already, feel free. You will be next after this. How will things go if I bring Patty to my friend's party this weekend? Smooth sailing, James. I'm getting a green light, thumbs up. This is gonna go well. I think that she and you are both gonna enjoy yourself. Six of Swords. We also have a good idea here. Page of Cups. This is saying this is a good idea for your connection. Good judgment call. We have the Judgment card here. How will this go if he brings Patty to the party? I do see her being a little bit shy. She may be a little bit more of a wallflower. I think it's important that you bring her into conversations. Maybe bring her maybe be the buffer. I do this with my husband all the time. I get drained very easily when I'm in a social setting, so I kind of let my husband be my shield. He can talk to the wall. He can talk to anybody. And he just comes up with subject after subject after subject. He's very engaging. And I like to be the person just standing there because my energy gets drained very quickly because I can read body language and read energy so well that I'm just focusing on that and not actually like paying attention to the conversation, especially if it's someone I don't know. And then I'm so worried about like how I'm being perceived. It's like it's not easy being an empath, guys. And I use my husband as a shield because that shit doesn't bother him. And so he'll stand there and he'll be talking, and I'm just kind of like nodding along and like adding in commentary every once in a while, but I let him take the wheel, and it is like I feel like I might have married him because he's so good about this. Like he knows when I just can't anymore, and he knows how to like step up and be that shield for me. So you said that's facts. So I just appreciate him so much. So I feel like that might be something you'll have to do, James, especially because I don't know if she's going to know anyone at the party. So bring her into it. She can interject here and there, and maybe she'll start to like loosen up. And if she's going to drink or anything like that, that will be definitely the right way to go because she might start to open up over time. But I think especially in the beginning and as everything's getting lubricated, for lack of better words, definitely be that person's like introducing her. That's one thing my husband was not good at, is introducing me to people. He feels like I'm an extrovert. He says to me all the time, "You're an extrovert." And I'm like, "Honey, I'm not. I'm an introverted extrovert. I know how to be an extrovert when I need to be, but I don't want to be." And so a lot of times he kind of left me to my own devices. And so we had to kind of learn together that's not what I want. That's not what makes me comfortable. So definitely just kind of take the wheel, like I said, with that. But I feel like it's fun. It's good vibes. I feel like it's success, achievement. We have the world here saying like it goes off without a hitch. Everything goes well. People like her. People enjoy your company. Everyone's having a good time. I think it's good vibes. I think you're getting the green light here, James. And I think she'll enjoy herself as well. I think she likes being kind of immersed in your life and just kind of seeing you in action. So, um, do with it what you will. James, thank you so much for your donation tonight. I hope you enjoy your readings with me. Amy's saying that's facts, Luna. Let me type his name for you. His name is actually not a first name, it's a last name, but it can be a first name if needed. But normally you hear people with that as a last name, and everyone always says Brendan, Brandon, Brannon, but it's Brennan. So yeah. But let's shuffle for Philomena. So Rafael Mancada. Also, when a side note, I bought those ear cleaning camera things, but I can literally see the air bubbles in the liquid behind. Oh my god. I said to Brennan, I was like, I want you to get one of those, but it just makes him nervous. Anything with the eardrum just freaks him out. So we haven't done that, but that actually sounds so cool. Well, I'm sure it's going to be great because whenever you're like feeling bad or sick or you have like an ear infection or fluid in your ears or something, you'll be able to take a look at like when you're feeling healthy, what does it look like when you're not? What does it look like? And make like some kind of analysis for yourself because you can see in there. So that is pretty cool. Yeah, Brennan. Okay. Philomena. Philomena Raphael Mancadas. Intentions for Philomena, please. What are Raphael Mancadas' intentions for Philomena, please? Yeah, you'll have to go to a specialist, Amy, for that, an ENT. I don't know if that's something that your primary care can do for you or not. So, Philomena, I'm getting first and foremost, Spirit really wants you to follow your intuition. And I've been kind of like training people to figure out what's intuition, what's fear, what's anxiety. So, like, if you have any concerns about this connection, maybe you don't, maybe everything's good. Um, but just for future reference for him or for anyone else, or if you just got a bad feeling about something, pay attention to where it is in your body. Anxiety is in your head, fear is in your chest, and intuition you feel in your stomach. So if ever anything happens and you're not really sure what's going on and you're like, is this my intuition or is this just me in my head or my fear? If you feel it in your stomach area, if you feel nervous, you feel like your stomach is dropping, something like that, pay attention to it. Or maybe you're getting a feeling, maybe it's a good feeling. Maybe you're getting a feeling about this person and you're like, oh, this feels really good. You're still going to feel some kind of like energy in your stomach area because it's your intuition talking to you. So, first and foremost, Spirit saying, pay attention to how you're feeling about this person. You said, saw me at his job and found me on social media. Oh, nice. Right now, I was in Chicago for the rest of the summer. So, I do have the end of your reading ending in 10 of Cups and 2 of Cups. So, I do feel like a relationship could develop here. I don't think it's going to happen right away. I will say that, but I think that that could lead towards it. The issue is that he's kind of like on his own journey figuring himself out right now, and I just don't think that he's here for a relationship. But Philomena, you definitely striked him. Like your appearance, your beauty, you just kind of like spun his world around. Like I just feel like everything just kind of like suddenly just hyper focus on you kind of vibe. Like there's just something about you that just made him go, "Oh my god." And I definitely feel like you stunned him or you shocked him in some way. And he's like, I got to find a way to keep in touch with this girl. The Empress is here. So it's saying like you're very, very attractive to him. And the Empress a lot of times talks about an ideal woman. So he might have looked at you and was like, oh my God, that is my type. That is my type to a T. So I definitely feel like there is attraction here, and a physical attraction. I don't know how you feel about him, but he's not reaching out to you for no reason, or at least finding you on social media for no reason. It's okay that you guys aren't talking right now because, like I said, a relationship is a potential future outcome, but it's not right now. It's not what's going to happen right now. He's over here trying to figure out who he is. I think maybe even he's gone through a recent hardship because the Ten of Swords talks about like a betrayal, so he could be having problems with his friends or family, or maybe he was betrayed by someone in his recent past in his love life, and it's like a hard ending for him, so he could just be trying to process that. I do see with the Seven of Swords he tries to spend as much time away from other people as he can, because I feel like he just doesn't really know who he is, so he doesn't really know how to be around other people or be with other people. This card here with the Seven of Swords indicates like wearing a false mask. So it can indicate that he just doesn't understand how to be himself. I don't know if you've heard the term masking before, but it's typically with some type of like neurodivergency, and they put on a face that they act a certain way that they think other people would accept them. And if they weren't trying to be what other people want from them, then they would be considered abnormal. And so they do this thing where they kind of just reflect what they see in you and act how they think you'd want them to act. And that indicates that they don't feel safe or they're not able to be themselves around other people. Good. He's out there working right now in Chicago. That's awesome. I was getting a lot of like overworked vibes, or maybe just feeling like work is the priority as well. But I feel like he's finally maybe starting to gain some confidence, and he's starting to like figure out what he likes and what he doesn't like and who he is, and maybe shedding old like false beliefs or conditioning and becoming who he is. He could be having some type of, I don't want to say crisis because it's not that serious, but he could be having some type of religious crisis. Maybe he's like been raised a certain way, and like now he's figuring out, I don't feel like I have a home in any denomination. Maybe I'm just more spiritual. Maybe I'm not sure. And so he is on this journey, Philomena, of just trying to figure out his place in the world, which is why I think relationship is future. It's just not right now. I would say definitely get to know this person. Feel free to initiate a conversation, or you can wait on him. But I feel like getting to know this person is definitely going to enrich and impact your life in a certain way. I definitely don't feel like it's a bad idea. And I also feel like however this turns out with this person, it's going to be good that you got to know them, because I feel like there's some type of inspiration that comes from knowing this person and talking to this person. But again, work might be a priority for him. Like I said, I just am sensing like he doesn't have a lot of time to himself, even though he wishes that he did. So therefore, maybe he feels like he can't give to a lot of people. But it's good to see that because you said he might be back in your area right after the summer. Okay, Amy. But Philomena, you said he's gonna be back after the summer, right? So maybe that's what this like pause is as well, that I'm picking up on, as far as like um maybe in the future but not right now kind of thing. That could be what I'm tapping into there. He only works 4 months out of the year in Chicago, then comes back. He doesn't do anything else. Okay. I mean, that's great. I think that's incredible, Philomena. I think that's an actually very inspiring work schedule, to be completely honest. But that may be why I'm tapping into the energy right now, that he just doesn't have time for anyone or anything right now, and that he doesn't have a lot of time for himself, let alone other people, if that makes sense. I definitely think get to know one another throughout now until the end of summer, and see what happens, because I think this could develop into a committed relationship with this person. And I definitely feel like this is what I'm picking up, and I'll conclude your reading with this. I feel like when he saw you, he had to know you. He's like, I have to find a way to not let this encounter slip through the cracks. So he decided to connect with you over social media, or I think you said social media, or however it was, because he wanted to make sure that once the time comes around that he can make himself available, that he knows how to reach you. Do you get what I'm saying? You said, yeah, he said he'll be back sometime in August, exactly, and he enjoys the rest of the year. Philomena, that is incredible. To only work 4 months out of the year, like that is unheard of. I kind of want to know what he does, because like that's incredible. He brought water to your table just to stare at you. I love that. I told you. I was like, I don't know. You like, I feel like he just like forgot what life was when he saw you, because the Empress here just really makes me feel like he's like, I've gotta know that girl. I mean, I wouldn't even be surprised if you said to someone, I'm gonna marry that girl. Like, you're just, something about you just kind of stunned him and he just wasn't ready for that. So I think that's super cute. But that sounds, oh, pest control. Wow. So he makes that much money that he can just live off of that for the rest of the year. That's incredible. I know someone who's in pest control actually, but we're kind of estranged. It's my sister's ex, and she's married now and has a kid and everything. So like, I don't really talk to him. And since he started his pest control business, he wasn't in our lives. So I couldn't like, I don't know much about it, but I didn't know that that's how it was, because that makes a lot of sense why he started that business. That's really cool. That's really, really cool. Well, thank you, Philomena. I appreciate you. I hope I'm getting to everyone quick enough. I know there's been a bit of a wait, but I'm really trying to get through these as quickly as I can. All right, so Amy, I have you down for a in-depth and a mini. They said the bugs in Chicago are bad. Ugh, that's awful. Bugs in Virginia are bad. I can't even walk in my house in the summer without a million bugs flying in the house. It's horrible. And we live like the center of our entire neighborhood, which is like, if you were to drive our neighborhood from front all the way around back to the front, it would take you probably 15 or 20 minutes. It is a very long drive to get around our entire neighborhood. I would say minimum 15 minutes. We have a huge lake in the center, and so like all of that humidity that Virginia gets, and then the water that's at the center of our neighborhood gets just like attracts mosquitoes like crazy, and they drive me nuts. And they're already making their way downtown. I just it's awful. But yeah, that's really cool, Philomena. That's really, really cool. I also love that, for you, maybe just in case there's ever a future relationship thing that happens here, knowing that there's a lot of that flexibility with a potential future partner's job is always really nice to know. But the 4 months where you're away from each other is kind of sad, but it would all balance out, I'm sure. So you're all good, Luna? Just be chilling. I had a little beach day with my bestie. Oh, that's fun. I'm getting moss sneaking into my house already. Yeah. It's not the funnest, but it is what it is. I also found out today, maybe I'm shuffling for you. I also found out today that our pool, that we pay an astronomical amount to live in an HOA per year, and I'm talking astronomical amount, like whatever you're thinking to live in an HOA, probably double that. And and so we only get the pool in the summer, and that's one of the main attractions to living in this neighborhood. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful neighborhood, but the pool is like the main attraction, and it's what they lord over people's heads, that if you don't pay your dues, you can't access the pool. It's like the one thing they have to like hold over you. And they just made an announcement that they're opening the pool 2 weeks late to this year. And so I'm bummed about that. Really bummed about that. Luckily, we have a lake, so that we have like a sandy beach lake area. So it's kind of like going to the beach, but it's a lake. Luckily, that is open 24/7, but it's just kind of annoying. So like the one thing that we like actually don't mind paying for, you guys are opening 2 weeks late. I know, it sucks. All right, so you knew this isn't exactly a new guy. Wait, just so you knew, this isn't a new guy. Person I met before Eli, his name's Dominic. Hey, Virgo. Okay, got you. So, Amy, this is someone who is not new to you. You met him before Eli, but he is sort of new to you in a sense that you guys have never really explored a relationship. Does that make, am I understanding correctly? His name is Dominic, a Virgo. What are his true thoughts and views and feelings? You just been texting. And Amy, is this your in-depth one? He's in Japan. What's up with everybody dating people that are like a million years away? Like you got Philomena coming in here, and her man is in like another state, I believe. And then, oh, this is your mini. Okay, thank you for clarifying. SB's coming in. She got a long distance boo that's like perfect for her, but he's far away. You got someone who's in a completely different country. What's going on tonight? What are his true thoughts, feelings, and intentions? Amy, would it be safe to say that you walked away from this person when you met Eli? I have the Eight of Cups here as like a feeling of abandonment. Maybe it was just a natural, maybe it naturally fizzled out. Oh, you said yeah. Okay. So I was going to say, I'm seeing here with the Eight of Cups, and it talks about like walking away from someone, or like maybe he feels a little bit abandoned or left behind. Yeah, I think he's feeling a bit, wow, I think this really got to him, Amy. I think this really got to him because he's showing Eight of Cups feeling like you let him go and you walked away and abandoned him. And we have the Nine of Swords, which I feel like this is something that really gets to him on a mental level. I think that it's safe to say that when you guys first started talking, he was interested in continuing it. And now maybe he's more on the hesitant side. He's a little reluctant. That's good. I'm glad that you did that. I think that he just wonders like why now? What's going on? Have you by chance, just out of curiosity, have you been honest with him about what happened? Because I see you here with the two, you have a King of Swords and a King of Pentacles. So he must be the King of Pentacles, and he's looking at Eli as the King of Swords. Because you said he's a Virgo. What was out of curiosity, what was Eli's sign? But yeah, I feel like he's saying you had two really good options. But I think that he's feeling a little bit pushed off. Like, and when I say pushed off, I mean like pushed to the side. Like he kind of felt like, Eli's also earth energy. It's like that earth energy vibe. Maybe Dominic felt like he was well suited for you in certain areas. He said, I've at least told him I'm grieving. I don't know how much he's aware of that. Okay. So, Amy, what I will say is that if you explore the situation further, he needs to know that you just had a connection with this person, and that's just the way the cookie crumbles. It doesn't necessarily mean that you didn't have a connection with Dominic. It just means that maybe there was just more advantages or more communication with Eli, and you just needed to figure that out. I don't think that he's necessarily gonna wanna hear you fawn over Eli. I don't think he's gonna wanna be a part of I saw what you said. I don't think he's gonna wanna be a part of your grieving therapy process. Like, I don't think he wants to hear you grieve over another man or, like, talk him up or whatever. That's, like, a place you wanna reserve for, like, your friends or your family, because I feel like not only was he, he might be feeling a reluctant to, like, start something with you because he feels like someone was chosen over him, and then not only that, now he can't compete with that because now his memory is memorialized, and he might always feel inferior to Eli to you because Eli wasn't someone you worked through your system, and Eli wasn't someone you were going to walk away from. Eli was someone who, unfortunately, your relationship had to come to an end really abruptly. And so I feel like Dominic would be thinking in his mind, she didn't come back for me to talk to me um, because she wanted to. She did it because, like, I'm the other option. And if Eli was still here today, she wouldn't be talking to me now. So I feel like there's some type of like inferiority and reluctance here. So if you want something more with this person, maybe you just want to discover and see what it's all about, but he's very hesitant and he's very cautious and he keeps showing me that and bringing that up. I feel like you would need to be the pursuer, and I'm not sure if that's the position that you want to be in a relationship because maybe you want him to be the one that's pursuing. You said, yeah, like after I reached out to him, we last minute game with each other. Yeah, I mean, I definitely think like hanging out as friends and doing platonic things would be okay, and it might even be a good start. Maybe this is a relationship that's like a slow burn, but I feel like it's important that you are the one pursuing him right now because he could feel a little bit like shoved off, like he could feel like a little bit like, wow, she kind of pushed me off to the side kind of thing. And like now she's coming back around. Like, and I think that he would wonder to himself forever, like, if Eli didn't pass away, would she even be talking to me right now? So you gotta find a way to make up for that. Um, you said right, which I don't blame him for feeling that way. So that's pretty much the vibe. I do have the Wheel of Fortune, which is like you can't step in the same. What does it say? You can't step in the same river twice. So I don't really know if there's a relationship here for you, Amy. I don't know if there's a romantic relationship with you here. I think it would require a lot of effort in pursuing and making sure he knows like you're serious and wooing and that kind of thing. It's not impossible, but I just don't know. I just don't know if he'd be open to it 100%. Because I know he doesn't know of Eli, but he just knows someone important in my life is gone. Yeah, for sure. And so that could be why potentially, well, honestly, Amy, I'm kind of getting the message that if he doesn't know everything, he might become more standoffish the more that he learns. And maybe I'm tapping into future energy here. And yeah, like he told me one time up front, what did he tell you? That he could see getting into a relationship. Yeah, because I have the 10 of Cups here. And that's what I was saying in the beginning is I'm like, I feel like he could have seen, is this going somewhere? And maybe now he's more reluctant. I think there's a lot of honesty that would need to happen. And I think that he would have to make that decision for himself. Amy, don't like fawn over Eli and like memorialize him and talk him up and say how amazing he was and all of this stuff to Dominic. It's not going to be good for your relationship. Because I don't want him to grow like an inferiority complex that can never come back from, because it's one thing if you break up with someone, it's one thing if someone was taken from you. And so I don't want him to question his place in your life if you move into the relationship side of things. I don't want him to feel like you only came back for him because you lost Eli. You know what I'm saying? But I definitely think be transparent with him. Maybe don't go into a lot of detail, but he deserves the truth. And I think he deserves to be able to make that decision on his own. Yeah, and that's only valid. I was just curious what Dominic thought of me in the sense if he meant the words he said to me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. If you're referring to the relationship, I'm definitely getting that because I had already said that in the reading, and then I also saw the Ten of Cups. Um, yeah, I know what you mean, Luna, but he's also young and in the military. Yeah. I don't know, Amy. I feel like you need someone your age or maybe a year or two older. Like I said, I just don't know if there's a relationship here for you. It might be more trouble than it's worth. And I think a lot of times too, men in the military, it's a stereotype, but it's rooted in truth. And that is that they want to get married right away. And so I don't know if it's because there's like perks in the military or what the fuck it is, but I have dealt with military men too that I can think of the top of my head. And they both were interested in me and pursuing me like you wouldn't believe. And like we hadn't even had a first date and they were already talking about like the future. And that was kind of intimidating to me and a little bit like scary. So they rush into relationships really fast. I know that my dad was in the military when he married my mom and they were like very young. They were like 21, 22. I rise. I'm sorry, girl. Yeah, my list is closed. I'm I eat dinner so late, but my I gotta make some food here and get workout, shower, go to bed, all that stuff. Sorry I rise, but I should be back this week. My best guess is Tuesday night, but it might not be till Wednesday. I just have to play it by ear. But you'll definitely see me this week multiple times. I Rise, I'm not sure if you're on social media or if you're following me, but it's at Luna Affinity on Instagram, and you can also get there through my link tree. I usually will post on my stories. I've been getting a little bit better about that, about posting in my stories when I'm going live. So that might be like extra help for you to know as well. No, no, no. No, 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 no. Sorry, my cats are getting into stuff. It's your birthday. Well, happy birthday. Well, happy early birthday, I should say. Well, hey, it's about to be your birthday. Um, my time, because I'm on the East Coast. I don't know where you are, but it's about to be your birthday in like 45 minutes. Yeah, I hope so. I hope I rise that you can catch me soon for sure, for sure. Amy says, keep getting young guys liking me. Yeah, Dominic always making jokes of want to get married. Yeah, 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 Amy. That's the thing. That's the thing. It's not joking. I feel like they're serious. They put it on as a joke, but like if you were to take them seriously, they'd be like, okay. That's what I think. Thank you. Yes, April 29th. I'm East Coast. Oh, sweet. So your birthday's gonna be here soon. Happy birthday. I won't lie, he is cute and nice, but I definitely need to be alone right now. Like, I don't really talk to people or actively meet new people. Amy, I just think you need someone a little older. I just feel like you need someone that's at a minimum your age, maybe a little bit older. Not someone who's like wanting to get married right away, but someone who's interested in a relationship and working towards marriage. I definitely could see you getting married at like 27, 28 on the fast track. But you just have to make sure you're investing time in the right people. But you can go ahead and post your next question for the in-depth, Amy. Not gonna lie, I just talked to the people I've only met before Eli. And so I'm just talking to them or flirting here and there. Yeah, I mean, and that's fun, Amy. Like, I think that's a fun time. But just don't take anyone seriously that is younger than you. I think you need someone at least your age. Yeah, for sure. Next after Amy, we're working on her last reading of the night. We have SB. So SB, if you're in here, please check in with me. You're more than welcome to post your question as well right now if you'd like to do so. SB, I think you donated for a BOGO. Is that right, SB? Oh, paper messages. Okay, hold on a second. Let me get Amy, give me like 2 minutes. I need to get my paper messages, and I think I'm gonna go ahead and just put my cats to bed because they are getting into stuff. I'm gonna see if they can behave, but give me 1 second to get the paper messages, okay? Because it's been on my mind today as I celebrated Cambodia New Year's at my Buddhist temple. Well, I should say this entire weekend. Oh, nice, nice. That's very cool. Yeah, Amy, I'm sure he was. Especially because he knows like how important that was to you on like multiple levels and layers. And I think that when you pray over someone, you wish them well, you speak well of them, you call on them, I think they're there. Now, do I feel like they always have the ability or opportunity to communicate back with you? Not always, but I do feel like they're there for you for the big moments, especially if it's important to you. Oh, that's really cool. I like that. I want to cleanse my energy. Paper messages from Eli, please. SB. Did SB show up? If you don't mind typing in the chat, SB, are you here? Let me actually... what was it on Cash App? Let me like her comment on Cash App. Maybe she'll come back in. Oh, hey SB. Hey girl. Hey girl. Hey. SB, I was gonna say please check in with me, and then if you want to post your question, you can, because I'm finishing up Amy's readings right now, and then we'll be right on to you. All right, you got it, girl. If you're ready with your questions, let me know. If not, it's okay. All right, because you still have a little bit of time. I know that you said this was happening all weekend. Did you go to temple in the morning? Okay, because I have that here. So some keywords I have are morning, candle, water, and union. Thank you, SB. I got you, girl. I have 1 and 2. Went to temple in the morning. I was so dead tired. Yeah, I have morning. So I feel like that's acknowledgement here that you went at that time of day. I don't know if like water or candles have anything to do with if like fire or water elements have anything to do with the tradition. But I feel like if it was, that's being acknowledged here. I also have concentrate. Oh, interesting. You said today the ritual was of washing Buddha statues with water and throwing blessed water. Okay, there you go. I got morning and water. Okay, that makes sense. So I have union, so I feel like that could indicate like that you like were brought closer with Eli during this ritual, maybe. I hear when I see the word union as well, I'm also hearing communion. And communion is usually something where you're exchanging intimate thoughts and feelings on a spiritual or mental level. So communion is essentially like when you're sharing with others or with spirit or something like that on a mental and spiritual level. So with union, I'm hearing communion. Kind of like community coming together as well. So that's actually really interesting. I have Star Hug, which I thought was really cute because I could feel like that's kind of like a virtual hug from him. And it's kind of a cute expression, like Star Hug, like I'm coming from the ether, the stars, I'm coming to give you a hug. We also have Concentrate and Attraction. So I feel like there was some type of like mental focus on what you were doing. It was very important for this ritual for you guys to be very, very present, is what I'm hearing. It was important to not have any outside distractions, not allowing your mind or thoughts to wander on anything else except for what you're doing in that moment. SB, that sounds good. What I'll do is um I'll type in the chat, and I also will make an announcement to you that I'm getting started, okay? And then also I feel like that indicates to him that he was present because he was trying to make sure that the focus that you were putting on him, he was aware of. Let's see. He says expansive and true change. So what you did today is working. I know that you believe that, but I am getting indication from him that this process allows for more abundance. When you cleanse your karma, I'm assuming it just means that you're allowing for more good to come into your life. Your what's the word? By doing things of selfless act, like you're essentially like paying off a karmic debt by providing or making sacrifice, something like that. And so I feel like he's saying like this is bringing in abundance for you and true change for your life. So that's really good to hear. Let's see. Okay, so I have fantasy taste. Do you leave food? I can't remember what you said. Did you leave food for Eli recently? Or maybe he's saying that the food that you guys were eating he would really like. Oh, yes. That's what it is. I just saw your message. I was like, fantasy taste, because I hear him saying like, I wish I could eat this food. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wish I could actually like be in present like moment and eating it. And we said that at the exact same time. That's so funny. There was a moment. It was me and my little brother in the back of our family van just eating together and looking at the sky, fluffy clouds, or saw Eli, and thinking how much he'd enjoy it or the food. I did leave a plate of seafood for him last night. Nice. Because he's saying fantasy taste, and he says you gave him a craving, because I have the word giving and the word crave. So I feel like that's saying like you were giving me a craving for this food and I wish I could taste it. So I was like, that's kind of funny. He keeps talking about the food, Amy. You actually, a message that I feel like I just got from him is that you make him want to reincarnate just to eat food again, like in a real way. That's so funny. Like my hope is that in the afterlife we can actually still taste food and enjoy it. But I don't know. I don't know how that works, because I feel like I don't know, do you become physical form in the afterlife or not? I don't know. I don't think that's how it works. But I would reincarnate just to eat food. I'll tell you that. If it meant being able to eat a cheeseburger or Mexican food or Filipino food or Puerto Rican food, oh, I'm going back. Italian, don't even get me started. And I'm starving right now. So I'm probably like just even more hungry. Let's see. So he's saying external hope. Oh, he's saying, okay, so the word here is retreat. Okay, the word here is retreat, but what I'm thinking it is like your observation that you were doing today in temple, the rituals that you were doing. I'm viewing that because he only has access to the words that I'm giving him, so I have to like interpret it in a way that I would understand better. So I think that he's referring to your Cambodian ritual for the New Year's. He's calling it a retreat in this sentence. So I hear follow retreat, external hope. So what he's saying here is following your Cambodian ritual, he is experiencing hope. He is experiencing happiness. He is experiencing like there's a lot of blessings here. He's saying following this ritual, there's a lot of hope present. I'm pulling the last message right now. I want to see what this says. Because I even did a ritual putting blessing water in the monk's hands. Aw, that's so sweet. Oh my god, Amy! You need to stop doing this shit. Don't do this. You're like giving me chills. Hold up. I'm gonna send you a picture right this second because I want you to know that this is the keyword that I pulled because you're freaking me out. Hold up. I'm sending it to you right now. I literally was about to go on talking about this. So I feel, but I didn't quite understand what this meant. So that's why I didn't like have the full thought together just yet. Okay. So you said, I was even listening to country music today. I just sent you the word country that I just pulled. Even thinking of him and singing these goofy country songs that he played and ones that remind me of him, it's silly. So he says, when you country, I know it sounds weird, when you country, which I think he's saying when you listen to country, he's saying certain chaos. When you listen to country, certain chaos. I'm interpreting certain chaos as you're making me laugh, you're doing funny things, maybe you're dancing, or wait, did you say you're singing? You were singing? No, you didn't even. Oh yeah, you did say you were singing. So I think that he's actually. Let me send you the message really quickly. Hold on. And I didn't quite understand this, so I think now that I understand, maybe if I don't get what the message is supposed to be, still tell you anyways, because you'll probably be able to put it together. This is when you country certain chaos. Yep, so he saw that. And that is what I've got for you, girl. That is what I got for you. He was with you in the car, I feel. Yeah. He's definitely, I was on mute. He's definitely there for that. I'm gonna send you another medium's information on TikTok. She does not answer questions, she just channels. And she doesn't, I think she might do private reading sessions. I'll have to look at her website, but she goes on live at 2 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. She's from the UK, and she does something called a doodle. So while you can't ask questions, she can channel just information that's important to you, information that you need to know. And a lot of times she has people from the spirit side come over and give you a little hello. So while it's not like a full-on mediumship reading, it's a channeling of important dates or colors or information about yourself or people around you, or even spirits that are trying to come through. Sometimes spirit babies come through, stuff like that. And it's just basically a freestyle, so you never know what you're going to get. But it's only $12. It's 10 pounds because she's in the UK, which translates to $12 R. And I usually use Apple Pay just to make it easy. So I don't know if you have that or not. But it's really fun. It's a lot of fun. And she actually channeled my cousin's grandma the other night. All the information that was coming through was only from my cousin's grandma. So if spirit or Eli or anyone really wants to come through and talk to you, sometimes your whole doodle will be taken up by that reading. It depends on how much they want to say. So you never know. Eli might come through, and I 100% have complete faith in this reader because the details she was picking up for my cousin was even things that I didn't know, and my cousin was verifying. So I'll send you her information. You're welcome. I think I have two spirit babies. Yeah, it's very, very cool. It's very cool. My husband actually wants to get one from her. We'll probably do that on Monday or Tuesday. And I actually can channel like her, so it makes me want to like practice on that and see if I can come up with my own way to channel like that. But yeah, I think I have two spirit babies and I know what their names are. So it all depends on how it goes down, I guess. I don't know if I think only one of the babies have decided to come over Earthside though, but I think I have two. All right. So SB, I injured both my eyes, right side. Wait, I injured both my eyes, right side yesterday and left side today. It hurt. Why does this happen? Like, is it just a coincidence? Thank you, Amy. Have a good night. See you later. SB, I am so sorry. I'm so sorry that happened to you. Wow. Okay. Let's see. Oh my God. SB, I have the Two of Pentacles. Hold on. Let me look up the Two of Pentacles really quickly. Just in case you don't know what I'm looking at. It always takes me forever to share my screen. I just wish the steps were easier. Okay, so I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, you can see that. Do you see how like the Two of Pentacles almost look like two eyeballs? I don't know why. That's just like how my mind perceived it, is like two eyeballs. But anyways, I thought that was funny. So yeah, we're gonna keep going here. Did this happen intentional? Like, was there a reason behind this? Is there a reason that this happened? I know, isn't that crazy? Is there a reason that this happened, please? SB, are you spiritual by chance? And I mean that by like, are you interested in your psychic abilities or tapping more into your intuition to any degree, headaches here and there. Because, like, for some reason, I'm getting third eye. Do you know, like, when, or like in increasing your other senses or your other psychic abilities? I'm not saying that this is the reason why, but for some reason, this message is coming through. Do you know how, like, if someone's senses get dulled or taken away, their other senses heighten? So, if someone is blind, then that means that their hearing might get better or be better than the average person. Or if they can't hear, then maybe they have to rely on their other senses more, like feet, like sense through touch and feeling. Um, Things like that. So for me, it makes me wonder if maybe this was just to bring attention to you, not necessarily saying, oh, spirit wants you to hurt your eyes, but maybe saying, hey, maybe it's time for you to not use your eyes and focus on like increasing your other senses or increasing your other psychic abilities. I'm also getting like third eye messages here too, just because when both of your eyes are shut, sometimes they say like a lot of blind women are really really intuitive because they can't rely on their sight. They can channel through their third eye. um I'm sorry you've been getting so many headaches. You said, oh, yeah, wow, I was thinking about this like 4 days ago. The sense is diminishing. Were you really? Yeah, that's what I'm hearing. So I don't necessarily think spirit is out to get you. I don't think that anything bad is happening around you that's making you do this. But I'm saying, I feel like spirit is saying, take this opportunity or take this time to um to maybe think more about if you would like to develop your psychic abilities or if you would like to work on like trusting your intuition more. But that's actually really crazy that you were just thinking about this. Let me see. I feel like there's another message. Give me a second here. I'm so sorry you hurt your eyes too. Do you think that the headache is secondary to the eye injury, or do you think that's completely a separate thing? A lot of times too, when we're evolving and changing and I say shifting to a new timeline, we can fall ill, we can get really sick, we can get really clumsy, we can have our equilibrium off. Sometimes you can get vertigo really bad, headaches, and then like I said, maybe you get clumsier, so maybe like things that are happening to your eyes is just like as a side effect to maybe just like a shift. So sometimes when these things happen to us and we have these physical ailments, it's because our body is trying to prepare us for the next level of our like higher self, if that makes sense. Um I remember the year was January 2023. I was sick for over a month. And I was so sick there. It was every single day. It was like Groundhog Day. I was waking up and nothing was getting better, SB. Nothing was getting better. Like every day I wake up thinking I'd be better than the day before, and I was miserable. And I have done pretty much everything the same this year. So I'm like not getting sick the way that I got sick last year. And I do feel like something happened to me and I shifted and I like might be getting more psychic or maybe more intuitive, or maybe my body is preparing me for the next phase in my life, my physical life. You said part of it was from crying. Oh, SB, I'm sorry. Girl, I think you just need a break. Right side is a black eye. Oh my god. And left side, I have a large abrasion because the eyeball. SB. Your son hurt you in both eyes. Oh my gosh, SB, I'm so sorry. I don't want you to think too far into it. I don't necessarily. Well, let me confirm with the pendulum real quick, but I don't think this was something that was done intentionally to hurt you, or anything like that. But I think Spirit's saying while this is happening, maybe take time to think about if you want to develop your psychic abilities more. For some reason, that message is coming through. All right, so let's see. Did this eye injury happen on purpose? Did this eye injury, is this eye injury just a coincidence? Okay, yeah. So they're saying it is not on for a reason. It is just a coincidence. I hope that answers your question. And it's actually interesting because I was using the pendulum, and as the pendulum was swinging no for me, and then I asked the alternative question, it stopped swinging so intensely as a no, and then like shifted into a yes. It was really kind of wild to watch. But I am sorry that you're not doing so well, SB. I just feel so bad for you. Headaches, bleeding, bruises. Ugh, it's a rough time. Do you have to go to work like that? Oh, this is such a sweet question. How does SB make Isaac feel? I'm hearing like he can do anything. He's got a little pep in his step. I think you do overwhelm him, SB, though, but in a good way. Like I feel like he maybe has to remind himself to breathe every once in a while. Maybe you make his heart skip a beat a bit. He's overwhelmed by you, but it's such a good thing, you know. Like it's just such an immense feeling and excitement. I see here that he wants to. He feels recognized by you. He's saying he feels seen and heard. Like you make him feel seen. That's really sweet. I'm also getting like a side note of what he wants, so I'm just gonna tell you. I feel like he wants to take you out more. I feel like he likes the idea of being seen in public with you, claiming a little territory possibly, but I feel like he's excited to do more things with you out in the public eye. You make him feel like he needs to be present or in the present moment, not focus on what's going on here or there or anywhere else. He's saying like when I'm with you, when I'm talking to you, even if there's other places I have to be or other things I have to do, I'm present. I'm here in the moment with you. Have you guys gone on a date yet? Thanks, love. Yeah, I feel bad. He kept apologizing, didn't mean it, but I definitely felt overstimulated. Oh, I'm so sorry. My sweet baby. Good to know, just a coincidence. Yeah. Oh, he didn't mean to hurt his mama. But yeah, he likes like being in the present moment with you. He spends a lot of time trying to make sure that when he's around you or talking to you, that you're his main focus. How does SB make Isaac feel? He likes that you make him feel present. Maybe he feels, that's funny you said the word overstimulated. Maybe he feels overstimulated sometimes. And maybe you quiet all the noise because he's able to just focus on the one thing that he wants to focus on. You give him hope and inspiration. Multiple things indicating that you make him feel recognition. So you make him feel like he is seen and he is heard. And I did mention that already, but there's another card here indicating that as well. So it's kind of like when you end a relationship and maybe you're the one that's heartbroken. We'll just say for the example, you're the one that's heartbroken and you're like, I'm never going to find someone like him, or I'm never going to feel this way for someone else, and everything's very dark, and you're this person's your whole world, and you're really experiencing like the throes of true heartbreak and grief that comes with that. And you're just thinking to yourself, like, I can't even think about anyone else, I can't think about dating anyone else, I can't think about, like, all I want is him, and I just don't want to be with anyone else. And you just like can't possibly fathom the idea of being with anyone else, like, because your whole world is ending, because this is the person that when you close your eyes, this is who you see. And then every day that goes on, it hurts a little bit less and less, and before you know it, you find yourself in a place where you're ready to date again. And you're like, who is my next person going to be? What are they going to look like? What are they going to talk about? What's going to make them laugh? And you're like, most importantly, what are they going to look like? Because I need to be able to picture this person in my head. And then suddenly you meet someone and they catch your eye, they catch your interest, and you're like, I can finally feel hope in another person when I didn't really think that was going to happen for me. I can feel excitement. I can put a face to this new possible adventure. And I feel like that what I just described is him and how he views you. And you give him so much hope for, he's like, I can put a face to it. Like I can see what she looks like, and I can really just like get excited again about talking to someone new. And then there's like that excitement that comes with it is like a lot of firsts, you know, like the first time we do this, or the first time we do that, the first kiss, the first intimate moment, physical affection, the first time she puts her hand on my leg or holds my hand. Like there's all this excitement that's like building as well for him. And so he's just like nervous, but I think also looking forward to like what could possibly come from this. And that's the general vibe. I think it's sweet too. I think it's very sweet. He doesn't want to get ahead of himself, but I think that he's really, really hopeful. You're welcome, SB. Good. I shouldn't say good luck. I hope you continue to enjoy this person and your story just continues to unfold. I really like him for you. You know me. You know me. I'll tell you the truth. There was a guy that you asked about recently, and I was like, I just don't know if this is worth even starting. I can't remember his name. Did it start with an I, maybe? Whatever happened with that? Did you just kind of like walk away from it? Are you still talking to them? Yeah, of course. It's my pleasure. Yes, perfect. Okay, that's what I want to hear, SB. I love it. I love it. Um, yeah, this is a good match for you. I think I'm always going to remember the Empress and the Emperor showing up in the same reading. So I'm just really excited for what's to come. I feel like you deserve this, and I feel like you deserve someone who's really going to engage with you and be expressive in all of the things that you've been looking for. And I hope that you're done looking. I hope that you finally found your person. So You'll have to keep me posted. I was giving up. Yeah, makes sense. I'm gonna go ahead and leave it there. I will talk to you guys. Look, I said 1 hour live stream and it's been almost 3 hours. But that's what happens when you're doing what you're supposed to be doing on this earth. When you're fulfilling your life purpose, things get carried away. Have a good night, SB. Anyone else that's hanging out in here, I appreciate you. And like I said, I'm not going to be here tomorrow, but probably Tuesday, definitely Wednesday. Have a good night, everyone.